I always do a quick meditation beforehand, but I thought I'd let you guys see what it looks like while we sit here together in this moment of solidarity and quietness. Please give me the words I wish to say, and allow me to say them in a coherent manner. Amen. I lost my Toka Poker. It's definitely just somewhere in my room. I just can't find it. And I spent a while looking for it as well. So bear with me while I don't have a Toka Poker. I know it feels illegal. I always have it. How we doing? Winter is definitely here. It's cold. Anyway, we are here to understand ourselves and not to be understood. We spend so much of our time, waste so much of our time trying to explain ourselves to other people, so that we can feel seen and understood and heard and recognized. And yeah, external validation feels great. We all do it. We all thrive it and seek it in one way or another. But in reality, understanding yourself and being able to understand yourself is really what we're here for. Not to be understood, because no matter how much you explain yourself to somebody or try and alter their perspective, perspectives are so malleable. They can change so easily. They are different from person to person. A person can have different perspectives at different times. So trying to become understood and seen comes from a place of insecurity and misunderstanding who you are. Because once you have a solid idea of who you are and your place in this world and your gifts and why you are the way you are and your emotions and stuff, you become unstoppable. And you'll find that you won't have that drive for external validation nearly as much as you used to, because once you do have that kind of foundational understanding of who you are, you won't search it in other people. You won't try and find other people that understand you, because it doesn't matter. You already understand yourself. So it's like, I don't care. I also fell so victim to this, trying to gain as much knowledge as I could on things and the world and foods and places and history and psychology and quantum physics and science and all these different things. You want to know it. I just want to know everything. It's called the hubris, even though I'm not a man. But the point of life is not to gain that knowledge. The point of living is so simply just existing and feeling. just being an existence. And using your senses to feel things is really the only reason for anything. It's so simple, and we've created this complex world of systems and labels and laws and rules and expectations that everyone just expects everyone to follow. But the individualistic mindset, which has created this, brainwashes and prevents us from being connected and working together with others, aka ourselves. So the key to living is simply existing, doing the things that make you feel good inside, but not scrolling, not on your phone. Creating, moving, doing, reading, drawing, cooking, walking, exercising, seeing, helping, volunteering, working together, not for yourself. That's what this is all about. And the way the world is run, especially in Western cultures, which I'm sure we all fall under, put so much pressure on you have to be your own self, and you have to create your own identity, and you have to work as your own person, and in exams you can't work with other people, you have to be by yourself, and it's all you, but it's really us, and that is so crucial that I wish everyone understood. It's us, not me and you, it's us. Okay, that's a really good way to put it. It's not me and you, it's us. Like, we are one. We need to work as one. And Indigenous and Eastern cultures really play on this, that there's no rules to living. If you ever put expectation and pressure on yourself to be like, I need to be doing more, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that. No, you don't. Says who? Literally says fucking who. But yeah, going back to this knowledge thing, it's so tiresome because you're never gonna have all the knowledge that you want. Also, knowledge comes from experience. You learn from your mistakes, you learn from experience so much more than just reading and researching. Great example is, like, I've been studying psychology now for a few years, but I've never had anywhere near the amount of understanding of the brain as I do now that I've injured it and had a brain injury, and the different parts of my brains that I've injured and what's happening inside of it gives me such a better understanding of the mind. And it's from lived experience that I now know this, and I would not have any of this experience just from studying alone. So I'm not saying go and hurt yourself. I didn't mean to get hurt, but I just think that's a good example. You can read on how to camp, and you can read, survival tactics, blah, 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 but it's only once you're in those situations you really learn. And also, learning in itself, you don't need to be learning every day. I remember people used to say, if you learn one thing a day, that's really good. Just existing. It's all I can say, is just existing is all we have to do. And work together. If you're always looking for the next thing, you will never be content with where you're at right now. You need to slow down and practice gratitude. And that was me for a while. I was always felt like I was never had enough. I need to be doing more. I need to be adding more things to my routine. I need to, do this, do that. But then when I got hit by the car and I lost it all, I didn't realize how truly content I was if I had just appreciated all the things that I had at the time. and now going back into my old routine. I'm not there yet, but I will be there soon. The gratitude and the patience, like you just want to, especially with pole, I just want to get the next trick, I just want to do this, I just want to be able to do more things, like always wanting to just create more and do more. I didn't have the time to actually stop and slow down and breathe and be really grateful and cherish the things that I had. That's why I never felt content. So you should also practice along this, like practicing gratitude. Practicing random acts of kindness is really important. You're literally giving it back to yourself. You get it back and you're just giving it to yourself in another form of life. Same with animals and plants, so be careful and don't litter. But when you act out of, what's the word, altruistic, when you're altruistic, that's like that word. I'm really bad at pronouncing words. You act from a place of your highest frequency. You're vibrating at this, love is such a beautiful frequency to vibrate at. And it's really important to understand that we all live the same life one way or another. And when you give to somebody, you will experience that kindness in a different life form, and you won't remember it, but you will feel it. You will definitely feel it. And that's why it is crucial to never act out of hate and from a bad place, because it's just all looping back to yourself. When you act out of negativity, you're gonna receive negativity. If you're putting it out there, you'll get it back. So I know it's difficult to always try and have a positive mindset, especially when things get you down, and that's normal. But when you start to really believe that everything happens for a reason, you'll understand that it does. Because if you think about things and how they are now, and then and how useful they are to you now, but then you go back to the years ago when you put it there or it came into place. God, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. Oh yeah, everything happens for a reason. It's there. You did it years ago. It mightn't have really made sense and it might have just sort of been there, but now it's there for a reason because it's helping you out so much. And I've been realizing that a lot recently. So many things that I was like, oh, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Now, fast forward months, years later, I'm like, oh, it happened because right now in this very moment is why it happened. Might take time, but it's all your life is like a beautiful painting, an artwork. It's so complex and detailed, but everything in it is intertwined and connected, and it's all there for a reason. You are as beautiful as an artwork. Your life is an artwork, and you are the illustrator. You get to paint your life exactly how you want to paint it. You need to remember that. You are the creator. We live in this world where we want to think we're in control, but we're really not, because we're living these day-to-day lives that we have no control over. Whether it's eating the things we don't want to eat but we can't afford anything else, or working a job you don't want to work, studying a degree you don't really want to study, doing these things, sing, blah blah blah, whatever it is. I forget where I was going with this as well. But you are actually the only person in control. And once you start to shift your life with that mindset that you created, you will see all the things around you start to work in your favor, start to work in your benefit. Again, it might take time, it might take years, but eventually you will see it. And eventually you'll have an awakening and be like, oh shit, this is why this happened. Why was I so sad about it? when it happened. You know, that's how you should always be thinking about things. There's nothing to be sad about except grief, and that's like it. And the cruelty that we see in this world. Stop buying things that are used from animal testing or unethically sourced meats and foods and grains and herbs and vegetables. If they're not sustainably sourced or organic, they're poisonous and they're killing our world in a way that we don't need it to. So that's just a little food for thought. But yeah, I think that once you realize that this is all fabrication. One way I like to put it is, how do we know we're not dreaming? And I know you'll be like, oh, but we're not dreaming. Like, I can pinch myself, I can feel it. Like, I'm aware, people talk to me. When you're dreaming, you don't know that you're dreaming. You think this is real. What's the difference? That's food for thought as well. But yeah. I have nothing else to say. I just want to leave you guys with that. But also just gratitude. Be grateful for the things that you have. We've been told this since we were young, and I never really understood it until now. If it's every day when you wake up, the first thing you should be thinking about is what you're grateful for. I'm grateful that I had a good sleep. I'm grateful that you're able to wake up. Be grateful that you're in a warm bed. Be grateful that if it's raining, oh, it's a rainy morning and I don't have work. Like, you just be grateful for every single thing that you have, and you will get more of them. I promise. Anyway. Yeah. I hope that it's lost my train of thought a few times, but I think I managed to bring it back in. But please be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And I'm grateful for you and me. Us. I'm grateful for us. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful that we are like Sims characters and we get to accessorize ourselves. I'm definitely gonna get more piercings when I'm allowed to. But be grateful for hair. I'm grateful for trees. I'm being a bit materialistic right now. I'm so grateful for water in every form it is. The water we drink, the rain, ocean water, fresh water. Crying, I'm grateful for the tears that are able to fall from my eyes. A little bit too poetic, but I'm grateful for my brother for lending me his jumper. It was so cold, I was not coming out here without it. Anyway.